The awards night always brings surprises, luxuries, as well as various moments that are hard to forget by music fans around the world. But among the sparkling lights, the applause of the audience, and the camera that never stops moving, there is one moment that managed to steal the attention and touch the hearts of many people. The moment happened when Jungkook hugged Jimin on stage after BTS won a big victory at the 2026 AMAs. The atmosphere in the arena that night felt so different. Since the beginning of the event, the enthusiasm of the audience was obvious. BTS's name mentioned in the nomination list made many fans could not hide a sense of tension and full of hope. Thousands of eyes turned towards the main stage, while social media was filled with predictions about who would take home the prestigious award. When the categories involving BTS were announced, the atmosphere suddenly became quiet but full of tension. The camera zooms in on the BTS members sitting side by side. Their expressions look calm, but the look in their eyes and the faint smile reveal a mixture of hope, gratitude, and anticipation. The announcement of the winner was the most exciting moment. BTS's name was finally named as the winner, and instantly the arena turned into a sea of cheers. Applause echoed from various corners of the room, while the fans who were present immediately stood up to give a standing ovation. The camera's spotlight moved quickly towards BTS's table filled with surprised and happy expressions. The members immediately looked at each other and smiled. The moment of victory felt even more emotional because of the long journey they had gone through. From the challenging trainee period, the struggle to penetrate the global music industry, to continuing to survive in the midst of various changes in the entertainment world, everything seems to come back in one brief glimpse. In the midst of the euphoria, many people's attention was drawn to Jungkook and Jimin. As the members stood up to head for the stage, Jungkook was seen turning his head towards Jimin. Her smile seemed warm and sincere. Without saying a word, he approached and hugged Jimin tightly in front of thousands of cameras. The hug may have lasted just a few seconds, but for many fans, the moment felt much longer and more meaningful. Jimin was seen smiling as he returned the hug. His expression showed a sense of emotion that was difficult to hide. Meanwhile, Jungkook seemed to gently pat Jimin on the back as if he wanted to convey something without saying anything. The simple moment instantly became one of the biggest highlights of the evening. Many viewers admitted that they were touched because the hug looked very sincere and emotional. Not a few considered that it was not just a spontaneous reaction to the victory, but a picture of the friendship, togetherness, and support that had been built over the years. As BTS walked towards the stage to accept the award, the crowd's cheers grew louder. The camera repeatedly flashes back at Jungkook and Jimin, while the large screen in the arena shows the smiles of the grateful-looking members. BTS then stood in the middle of the stage with the winning trophy in their hands. The stage lights lit up brightly, confetti began to fall, and the atmosphere of the evening felt so emotional. One of the members delivered a victory speech in a voice that sounded soulful. They would like to thank their fans, team, family, and all those who have supported their journey. But again, the attention of many people remains focused on the small interactions that occur between the members. Jungkook was seen turning to Jimin several times with a proud smile. Jimin himself seemed to be trying to hold back emotion while listening to the speech. Such small gestures are often the reason why fans feel close to BTS, not only because of their music, but also because of the seemingly warm and supportive relationship with each other. Shortly after the event took place, social media immediately filled with pieces of video and photos of Jungkook and Jimin hugging. Many fans re-uploaded the moment with various emotional captions. Some called it one of the most touching moments in the history of the music awards. Others said that the hug showed how strong the relationship between BTS members is. Hashtags related to Jungkook and Jimin's embrace even quickly became the talk of the town on various platforms. The short video of a few seconds was watched millions of times in just a short time. Various comments have sprung up from fans around the world. Some fans cried when they saw this moment. For them, the hug feels very special because it depicts a sense of pride and sincere support. Some wrote that seeing BTS happy after winning a big victory made their struggle as fans feel paid off. Interestingly, the attention to the hug didn't just come from BTS fans. Many general audiences, as well as entertainment media, also discussed it as one of the highlights of the awards night. In the midst of a world of entertainment that is often filled with competition and pressure, such warm interactions are considered to bring positive energy. For many, Jungkook's embrace of Jimin also brought back memories of BTS' long journey as a group. Over the years, they have gone through various challenges together. The hectic schedule, the pressures of the music industry, global expectations, and the huge responsibility of being one of the most influential groups in the world are certainly not easy. But precisely because of this, a simple moment like a hug on stage can feel so meaningful. Behind great achievements and the public spotlight, there are friendships built through time, hard work, and shared experiences. Many fans believe that BTS's strength lies not only in their talent or popularity, but also in the mutually supportive relationships among the members. Jungkook and Jimin's embrace that night became a symbol of the togetherness. Some fans even began to recall various other moments that had happened before. From long rehearsals, big concerts, tour trips, to simple behind-the-scenes interactions, it all shows how they've grown together over the years. That's why, when the big win at AMA's 2026 was finally achieved, the emotional reaction felt very natural. Not a few also praised Jungkook for showing feelings spontaneously and sincerely. On many occasions, he is known as a figure who sometimes expresses his emotions through simple but meaningful actions. A hug to Jimin is considered one of the clearest examples of how a small gesture can convey so many emotions. Meanwhile, Jimin, who returned the hug with a smile, also received a lot of attention. Many fans said that the expression on her face that night showed deep gratitude and happiness. As the show began to approach its end, the moment of the hug was still talked about. Even after the artists left the stage, the circulating videos and photos remained a hot topic. This phenomenon shows one important thing. Sometimes, the most impactful thing in an awards night isn't just who wins or how many trophies are taken home. The most remembered are precisely those human moments that arise spontaneously. Jungkook's embrace to Jimin is proof that sincere emotions have great power to touch many hearts. For ARMY, Victory Night at AMA's 2026 will certainly always be remembered as one of the nights full of happiness and pride. But above all, the most memorable moment was probably not just the winning trophy, but a warm embrace on stage that showed gratitude, friendship, and support that are difficult to describe in words. In the midst of the lights, the sound of the audience, and the glitter of the award stage, Jungkook and Jimin presented a simple moment that felt so real. And maybe that's why thousands and even millions of people feel overwhelmed. Because sometimes, one hug is able to speak more than any long speech. That night, BTS's victory was indeed big news. But Jungkook and Jimin's embrace managed to turn the victory into an emotional story that fans will remember for a long time. A small moment that is born in the middle of a great celebration, but that leaves a much greater impression in the hearts of many people. The big win at AMA's 2026 is not only a symbol of new achievements for BTS, but also a reminder of the long journey they have traveled together. Many fans felt that the evening was not just a celebration of music, but rather a celebration of hard work, loyalty, and relationships that have been built over the years. After the victory speech was over, the atmosphere on the stage was still filled with smiles and emotion. The BTS members seemed to enjoy the moment together. They congratulated each other, laughed, and several times looked towards the audience who continued to provide endless support. ARMY cheers sounded so loud that they filled the entire arena. In between the emotional atmosphere, Jungkook and Jimin were still several times caught on camera standing close together while smiling. Simple gestures such as staring at each other or talking briefly become the attention of fans who always pay attention to the small details of every BTS moment.